guys.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Barricade. I'm Madi.
And I'm Lor.
And today we got to sit down with a new artist that we very recently became aware of called Ezra.
Yes. Ezra's on tour. Well, as we recorded this episode, Ezra was on tour with Braden Bales.
Yes.
And when I tell you guys, no interview is the same with us. We found out as we were here getting ready to leave to the show, everything got moved up an hour.
Not anything to do with the artist. I believe it was the venue that changed set times. So even the artists were like, oh, everything's changing.
VIP had to be moved up. And so we found that out. And we had to rush over there. And so we quite literally caught Ezra right before he was going on stage.
And we are very thankful for him making the time because we were like, we don't want you to be rushed. He's like, no, we're doing it. So,
yes, I'm pretty sure he was 2 minutes late for going on.
Set. So if you were at the Dallas show, I'm so sorry. That was our fault.
Yep. But also, now you get this interview, which was really cool and exciting. We talk about this a lot too with the newer artists in the scene that, I mean, maybe could be their first, maybe one of their first tours, if not the first tour. They're so excited about music and about what they're doing and what they get to do. And I think that was really with Ezra. Like you could feel his energy just talking to us about, you know, his whole experience of what it's been like writing the songs and seeing them come to life and what it means to him. It's a really fun episode.
It's a great episode. He was so great to talk to. It's very short, but very, I feel like
impactful. I don't know.
It was a very, very good conversation. And he was, like you said, he was just so fun to talk to and so excited to talk about his music and everything he has coming up. And so it made for a really good conversation.
It did. The energy was there. He's very excited to be a part of this world, I think. And if you haven't heard of him yet, I think you should definitely give him a listen. He's a very fun artist. Yeah. And his songs speak for themselves. They hold their own.
Yeah. And I feel like his journey to where he has gotten to where he is now is kind of unconventional. And he's gone through a lot of different phases of his music career. So that was really fun to talk about. And I feel like it gives a lot of context to his music now, which just makes it that much better. So we had a great time at the show. We had a great time getting to talk to him.
And now you will have a great time listening.
Yes.
Because we said so. So enjoy.
Here we go. Hey guys, I'm Madi.
And I'm Lor.
And today we are going Beyond the Barricade with Ezra.
That's me. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
Yeah.
We are here on tour with Braden Bales.
Yes.
And we're kind of on the tail end of tour now.
Yes, he's right there eating pizza, actually. You guys
Amazing.
can't see him. Very handsome guy.
Yes.
Not to look at.
Yes. He's very importantly.
Eyesight of pizza right now in this moment.
It's true. I'm just talking about how good looking you are.
That's great.
Well, we want to dive into all things tour because I know you guys have been on the road for a little bit. Yeah. But before we do that, we want to back up a little bit and talk about before. I know you just put out a debut album.
Yes.
Before you became an artist yourself, is there someone in your life who really introduced you to music or had an influence on the music that you became a fan of or how you kind of dove into this world?
For sure. I'd say my parents, specifically my dad, he is a British guy that grew up in a punk band. They maybe played 2 shows total, but he still can rip it onto the guitar. And he played me, he's named Paul after Paul McCartney. So I grew up listening to a lot of old British punk bands as well as the Beatles, of course. Mm-hmm. But the Small Faces, the Doors, the Who, a lot of old stuff that the Ramones, just random bands that he really loved. And that kind of shaped, that was the first, I remember growing up, me and my sister would always get into arguments because I would want the rock station on the radio and she would want the pop station.
Yes.
And my dad would have these CDs that we would always listen to. So that was, I think, the first little taste of music I got. Mm-hmm. Then I went to some store with my parents and they're like, you can each buy 1 CD. My sister got a Taylor Swift one. And I got this band. I don't know if anybody will know what this band is called. I've actually never said this on an interview before. This band called Down with Webster. And it's this Toronto-based, rock pop band that also had a rapper in it. It was everything that sounded cool to me. Okay. It was rock with rap and all this stuff. I'm I'm going to get this. And I listened to that album front to back hundreds of times. Yeah. Hundreds and hundreds of times. And that inspired me to get it more into rap music. So then I got into rap stuff and into rock stuff, and it was always those two genres that I was really into.
I love that. I was going to say, was there a certain, besides that band, like a certain artist that kind of like led you more into like your developmental, into your own musical style?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different ones. The first person that was like made me I want to pursue music and do this was XXXTentacion.
Oh yeah.
I'm from the Bronx, so I grew up rapping. Like I was freestyling, and I found out I was good at that. And then I was making I was my great SoundCloud rapper. You know, that was me. And then this guy, NLE Choppa, I don't know if you know who that is, he's some rapper, hopped on one of my songs senior year. And it was like this big thing before I knew what I was a rapper. And then I was hanging around rappers in the Bronx, and I was like, oh, you don't just rap about this stuff. You do the things that you're rapping about. This is scary, and I don't want to be part of it. So I took down everything, had like a really dark place in my life where I didn't really know what I was going to do. I had like a tiny bit of money left over from the rap thing, but I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to pursue music. I told everybody I wasn't going to college and I wanted to do this. And this one guy was like, got me like a house in Atlanta for a couple months with some producers and stuff. Shout out to him. Don't talk to him anymore because we fired him for doing some crazy stuff. But that's where
we're in the journey.
We're all part of the journey. So we're thankful for everything. That's where I've kind of figured out how to mix my own stuff and figured out that I wanted to make more emotional, like pop alternative rock stuff, like the initial stuff that I listened to, and led me to LA, and full circle, I'm here now.
Amazing.
So I know you mentioned like emotional, personal, and I feel like that's obviously very prevalent in your debut album that just came out like a month ago.
Yes.
For anyone who has unfortunately not listened to it yet, can you give us a little synopsis of the album and kind of what went into creating it and just kind of your process?
It's my baby, you know? I feel like it has so many different aspects of all these different influences that I've had for so long. I kind of had a little moment in like the hyper pop scene a couple years ago that kind of started this whole Ezra thing. And then I went down the alt rock lane, and I was figuring all this stuff out. This album feels like it's a blend of every genre that I've ever wanted to make.
Yeah.
There's like kind of alt pop stuff, alt rock stuff in there, really sad acoustic stuff.
There is really sad acoustic stuff. I had a moment while getting ready for this, like listening to this, I was like, God damn it. I like forced Maddie to I'm like, shut up and just listen to what he's saying right now. It's very good.
I just, honestly, I wanted to be vulnerable. To me, music is feelings. And genre is kind of like becoming irrelevant, I feel like, with modern music. And I want to, to me, it feels like it all is seamless. Well, I submitted it to the label, and they're like, where the fuck can we pitch this? What playlist do you want? What? I'm like,
where does this feel?
All of it.
Like, it feels like me, and my fans call it Ezra core. Like, that's the genre they put it in.
Yes.
And it all feels like it makes sense together. Whether it does or doesn't, it feels like it does, and they all make me feel something. Whether it's something different or something else, it makes me feel something, and that's what matters. That's what I want out of my music.
I think that's what makes fans really connect to music in the first place. It's just like you're putting out something that's authentic to you, so only you could create it, and that's what draws people to your music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How has fan reception been to the album so far?
Crazier than I could have possibly imagined. I'm not really big on numbers. Like, I think that's if you harp on those, you're going to be sad a lot of the time because they fluctuate so much. But my monthly listeners have gone up a lot. The amount that's being streamed I was just not expecting it. Violet, which was a song that was a last minute addition to the project, got New Music Friday, which was fucking outrageous. Like, a lot of things have happened where it's just so many people on this tour specifically are just coming up to me and talking to me about songs that I was like, these were not singles. Like, I'm so shocked that you know all the words to these, seeing people sing along to them at all these shows in places like fucking Omaha, Nebraska, and all these random places that I would never expect to see Ezra fans. Like, has been literally the happiest time of my life. It's been this is the fun part, you know, where I get to like reap what I've worked so hard at, and it's been fucking incredible.
You get to actually see the music out in the world.
You have a lot of songs, and I feel like the majority of your songs have this very deep and like personal, like not even only like resemblance of you, but just like, I don't know, they're kind of like deep topics and deep, like they're very like vulnerability. Do any of your songs or anything like kind of make it too hard to perform, or like how is it performing these very deep? Like I was listening to the one like acoustic one.
The Gone at 20 something.
Yeah.
Just like you. Gone at 20 something. Yeah.
No, just like you. Just like you.
Those two are
just like you destroyed me.
Yeah, I was crying in the studio making those. They were tough. You can kind of like hear it in my voice that I'm really sad recording them. I can't perform just like you. I have a great relationship with my parents now.
Yeah.
It was written from a perspective of feeling like a disappointment, you know, and they're very supportive of my life choices now, and everything's all good. But I've made a lot of weird choices in my life, as I kind of alluded to a long time ago.
Yeah.
That wouldn't result in me being able to be here and experience this stuff, you know? And I just felt bad about everything, and that all culminated in that song. And sometimes you need to make something like that to get it out. But I love my parents so much, I don't want them to have to see videos of me performing that. And I know that was a hard song for them to hear as well. Gone at 20-something, I didn't want to perform it. And Braden and my friend Sachi, a lot of my other friends were like, yo, you need to perform this song. Like, it's going to help a lot of people through loss and maybe stop people from doing something really stupid. And that on tour has been absolutely game changing for me, hearing so many stories about how this helped them through something or resonated, whatever. And now at this point, I can safely say I don't cry while performing it anymore, which is good. The first couple shows were rough, but I'm a little... I listen to the song sometimes and it hits really hard, but I'm a little numb to performing it now in a good way, where I can see people.
You've grown some calluses on it.
Yeah. And it feels, it's an easier song to get through, but at the beginning it was
tough.
It was a rough one.
Does it feel more like it's for other people now?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, which I was talking to Braden about this the other day, where it's like, now I can look at people in the crowd reacting to it, and it makes me feel like, yeah, like, I've heard so many people, because this was about my homie who I lost to an overdose, but so many people are like, I relate this to my friend who took her own life. I relate this to a grandmother that I lost. I relate this to a friend that died of cancer, whatever it might be. It's like the whole resonating of, we lost the most contagious smile. Like I'm so mad that you're not here anymore, and I don't know who to be mad at, is a feeling that a lot of people feel. And though it felt so personal to me, which a lot of songs do, like the Just Like You one, and a lot of the songs on the record, it's like people are like, this is making my life so much easier. And that's like, people talk about imposter syndrome and all this stuff, and it's so hard being like playing bigger shows or smaller shows, whatever it is. Playing shows and seeing people sing your lyrics is a weird thing. When even though
like your diary.
You want it to happen, but when it happens, you're like, whoa. Those are the things that make me, this is where I'm supposed to be, you know? Like, I'm helping people through stuff, and my passion is helping other people through things, and that's why it's like, I don't feel like I shouldn't be here.
Correct. His name has been brought up a lot tonight. You're on tour with him currently. How did you and Braden meet?
So Braden was living in his car in LA. We were like friends on TikTok and Instagram, and I see him on live, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna come to LA. He's like in his car. He's like, I don't really know where I'm gonna sleep. And I was like, dude, I got a couch. Like, I'm Airbnb-ing here for a month. Like, come through, sleep on my couch. So he came over. We just got really close. Instantly, we wrote some songs together, and I'm a very particular writer, don't really like writing with people very much. He's a very particular writer, doesn't like writing people very much, but we both had an amazing time. And we were like, well, this is sick. Went our separate ways. He went to Nashville after the Chronically Cautious thing. He had a really big moment. I stayed here. He calls me from Nashville being like, I'm miserable. Everybody here hates me. I hate everybody here. Can we cut that out?
Yes.
We're going to cut that out.
Yes.
He calls me from Nashville being like,
he's not happy.
He's not happy. It's just, things were crazy. He just got signed, and navigating work and relationships when you're in a new place is very difficult. And I was like, yo, come to LA. I have friends here that would love you. They already love you. They met you last time you were here. I love you. Let's hang out here. He comes out. I end up, a lot of my friends end up moving away, and I get into some stuff where I need to lean on him. We end up moving in together. Before you know it, we start a fucking band together accidentally.
I was going to say, this tour is I feel like an accumulation of like all of this. It's both of you guys, it's you and then him, and
Afterthought.
together.
It's been so crazy. It all happened by accident, but it does feel like, after seeing the way this tour has gone, that this is exactly how it was supposed to happen.
It's so funny, when we were kind of diving into your music to prepare for this, and as we were listening to it, I was like, it makes so much sense that he's on tour with Braden, because I see a lot of similarities between your music, and then we realized that you guys actually have a project together. So I feel like it's just the perfect like parallel.
It's been crazy. The whole thing's been crazy, considering we haven't dropped a single song from the Afterthought project, and performing them and hearing people chant the lyrics at us has been like, whoa. Like, we listen to the reels on repeat while we drive. Like, this is the only song that my son goes to sleep to. It's like, it's insane. And now we'll probably tour as Afterthought one day. We're gonna release the album when we get back, and I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, we know you are supposed to take the stage very soon. So we have one final question that we ask everyone on our podcast. Who are you a fan of right now? What are you listening to?
I'm listening to a lot of things. Because of Afterthought, it has brought me back to my early 2000s emo roots.
Hell yeah.
Listening to a lot of Mayday Parade.
Love it.
A lot of Never Shout Never. A lot of Dashboard Confessional. I'm really into Flyleaf right now, surprisingly. I found out they were a Christian band.
They are.
And I didn't know that. Their music is just...
I can feel you all around me.
It's like, whoa, I didn't even realize that. They're fucking insane. Newer artists that I'm listening to. Let me put some people on.
Yeah.
Sachi 6, one of my good friends, incredible, like metalcore meets like R&B vocals, really fucking insane. My friend Kennedy XOXO makes incredible hyper pop stuff that's like gets me going when I need to get amped up. Listening to Braden's new project FML has been so sick.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've just been having a great time, you know, bumping everything.
Tell your friends.
Yeah.
The Man by Westwood. Jake over there, my friend, put me onto that song, and I can't stop listening to it. It's so good. It's like there's something he put in that song that is like a drug that I'm currently addicted to.
I love it.
Can I ask you one more thing, and we can cut this if you don't want it on the podcast? What do you say to yourself before a show? You said you have a pre-show ritual.
This is the fun part. This is where you're supposed to be. Go out there, kick ass, baby.
Hell yeah. Amazing.
And there it is. Thank you.
Yes. Do you guys like it?
Is that how we outro every single interview? Yep.
At least that's like what I say.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
We can trademark it.
What'd you guys think?
Wasn't he so fun?
I like how we left a pause for them to reply. I listen back to these. I do listen to our own podcast. Yes.
And I've never done that. Great.
Cool. Anyway, so I'll be like driving in the car, like listening to it. I'm like, oh, I'll reply. I'm like, it was good.
Yeah. So please reply out loud whenever we ask questions. That's what we expect.
Yes.
But it was a great short conversation with him. But like I said earlier in the intro, I think it was just such a good conversation to hear from a new artist who's still so excited about everything. We also didn't realize that him and Braden were so like
close,
intertwined with their music too, and that they had a project together.
It's essentially also like this tour that they're on right now. It was like a joint set. Like Ezra was like, well, I come out during Braden's set.
Like several times.
Yeah. And then they have their own project together too which
like technically at the time of recording that didn't have any music released.
Yeah. And
which is crazy.
Yeah. It's just a very fun, very community-based episode, I think. And it was a really good one. He's so excited.
Yeah.
He's so happy. And like, it was really cool being able to connect with him and like talk about like the whole like family aspects, like the like meaning of some of his songs and, you know, why certain songs he can't play, like because they're just like that kind of like meaningful to him, which I kind of like hearing those answers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So when we were preparing for this interview and we were diving into his music, one of the things that we said was like, oh, he for sure loves MGK. I didn't ask that because I forgot. And so I don't have any confirmation on that, but I did think it was really funny, or not funny, but it makes sense because he talked about how he's got his start in the hip hop world and then kind of made a little transition, which is very MGK about that as well. Yeah. So I love getting to talk to artists that have kind of like maneuvered their way through different genres and landed where they are, because I just think it shows in their music.
They kind of created their own.
Yeah. And we talked about this during the episode as well, but just how, I don't know, bending genres and like not really belonging to just one anymore, I feel like is becoming more and more prevalent. Yeah. And it makes for the best music in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
I liked it. I was a fan.
Well, that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters is the fact that I liked it and I liked this interview.
The only audience we care about is L'Oreal. So.
Thank you.
But I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah. Maddie hopes you guys enjoyed it. I know that I enjoyed it.
L'Oreal doesn't care.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was Ezra.
That was Ezra. Make sure you guys are following because he has a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
And we're excited to see where he's going. I think he's one of those where I'm like, I know there's a lot of artists we see at the smaller shows, at the Dada, at, you know, like
Three Links with him.
And they just kind of blow up from there. And it goes so fast. So make sure you're hopping on him and his music soon. Make sure you're hopping on Ezra. Make sure you're tuning in and listening to him
you follow
soon.
along.
That's all I'm trying to say, guys. Talking so hard. And if you have a hard time talking, you should start a podcast.
Yep. That's what we did.
And it's turning out great.
But anyway, you should follow along. The show is super fun, super high energy. He's a phenomenal performer. If you can catch him on the next tour, definitely do. Because like Lor said, the smaller artists, you never know where they're going to go from here. And it's super sick to be able to say, hey, I saw him perform at a bar 2 years ago. And then it makes you cooler than all your friends. So
And then they turn into the Knightleys and the Knoxes, and they are now opening for your favorite bands.
Yep.
So
you're welcome.
You're welcome for that, guys. Thanks so much for listening, though. Make sure you follow not only Ezra, but
us as well.
Rate the podcast apps, you know, do all that stuff. That's how people find us, and we keep going.
And that's how, if you want this podcast to continue, rate us. If you don't, keep that to yourself.
We don't need to know.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you later.
Bye.